If you're just tuning in, you're watching Spotlight. I'm your host, Jane Wernette, and I'm joined now by Janelle Barcelona and Mary Schulte from DuPagePads. So welcome.
Thank you,
Thank you very much for having us.
We're excited to have you. Well, we always love having DuPage come back and visit us. So Janelle, I'm going to start with you. You've got a very important mission. Talk a little bit about that and your role at the organization.
Sure, thank you. DuPagePads is committed to ending homelessness in DuPage County through our solution, housing coupled with support services and employment. And once people have a home, lives are transformed, children excel in school, and families become economically sustainable. And while the mission is simple, solving it is complex. Last year we served over 1,300 individuals, including 250 children and 123 families. And I don't know about everybody else, but 250 children homeless in our community is not acceptable.
250 too many, right?
Exactly, exactly. And my role as Vice President of Development is to keep our funds robust through events, private grants, contributions, and constantly increasing our volunteer network.
Okay.
But really, the best part of my job is interviewing our clients and really hearing these stories, seeing families and children at the sites a little crunched up together, and then seeing them in their home and children showing me their bed and their papers on the wall instead of crunched in the bottom of their backpack, and just being happy to have a place to do homework.
I think that's just, I mean, it just makes you feel, makes me feel all kind of crazy a little bit just thinking about that.
Yeah.
That's really, it's important work, and I think so much of what you do, and oftentimes we don't think about the money part, but you need the money. In order to do the mission, you need the money.
Absolutely.
So it's such an important part of it, right?
Thank you. It certainly is.
Yeah.
It certainly is.
Now, Mary, how did you come to DuPagePads?
Well, just if you know Carol Simler, there you
yes,
go.
Right. Simple answer.
14 years ago, she was in my office. I'm her financial advisor. And she saw a picture of me running. And she said, you run? If we ever decide to have a run, would you help us? Well, of course, I said yes.
Of course you did. No one says no to Carol.
And there was no run at the time, so I thought there was no threat of it happening. And lo and behold, within months, I get a call. We really want to start a run. Would you be willing to be co-race director? And so I didn't say yes immediately because my husband and I are very, very careful on how we donate money and how we ask people for money. So I said to Carol, I need to do my due diligence. So I started volunteering at the midnight shift at a site in Naperville. And pretty quickly I saw this is where I need to really spend my energies and my money.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's very interesting you use the word transform, Janelle, and clearly you saw that need and you saw that firsthand. Yeah.
And the real deal breaker for me was it always said end homelessness or provide pads, provide night shelter. But once they changed that from providing pads to our mission is to end homelessness, they had me.
Yeah, yeah. That was something you could really get behind. Yeah. Now, you've had some exciting things happening over the course of the last 12 months. So, Janelle, share a little bit about your highlights from the last year.
Sure. Well, as Mary said, many people begin our services at our overnight sites. And we have overnight sites at 2 or 3 locations, 365 nights a year. And that takes 30 hosting sites along with 160 congregations. And there, individuals are offered safe shelter, a warm dinner, breakfast, and a sack lunch to go. So, but best of all, last year we had 365 individuals obtain permanent housing. That's about 30% of those we serve, and housing is always our goal.
Yeah.
And for those who are chronically homeless and have a documented disability, we have supportive housing, and we have 82 apartments spread throughout the county. We're getting 12 more in August. And due to these supportive housing units, we've saved taxpayers $3.5 million by reducing ER visits and not using the expensive criminal justice systems.
Isn't it amazing? That is some incredible accomplishments. And I think what's so interesting there is sort of that whole trickle out and certainly as a financial planner, I'm sure, Mary, you can appreciate that trickle out of how just the roof over the head impacts in so many other ways, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Mary, talk a little bit about why you chose DuPage. I mean, you talked about being very careful and vetting when you spend your money and you donate your money. But talk a little bit about why you chose DuPagePads specifically.
I think it's a people story. So as I said, I volunteered at the midnight shift. And that sack lunch that Janelle talked about was something my husband and I provided. And one day I'm running late from work, so I run to a different store to get all the things for the lunch. So I go to the deli, and I said to the woman, I said, I would like 40 slices of turkey and 40 slices of cheese. And she said, gee, what are you making? And I said, lunches. Well, that's a lot of lunches. And she said, what are you making it for? And I said, well, a homeless shelter. And what one? And she said, I said, the one on Benton. And tears started to roll down her face. And she said, until 6 weeks ago, I was going to that shelter.
Wow.
And today, because of pads, I have 2 jobs and a place to call home.
Wow.
And that's when I knew it worked.
Right. You saw that impact firsthand.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's an amazing story. An amazing story.
And a funny ending to the story is I'm starting to walk away. She said, you know, I'm not there anymore, and I don't want to be rude, but we really do get tired of turkey.
I see. Now that's great. That's great because she had the confidence to talk about that, and I think that's part of the solution too, right? Is that ability to be able to talk about it and laugh about it and joke about it a little bit.
That's a good one.
That's wonderful. Janelle, what's new? What's coming up in the future here for you?
Okay, so we have a new street outreach program, and really we need the whole community to implement this. So many people have seen someone that you suspected might be homeless at the local coffee shop, at a store, at a train station, and DuPagePads has the solution. So when somebody sees someone that seems to be unsheltered, we would like you to call our hotline and report where the individual was spotted, describe them, and leave your contact information and phone. And we're going to get back to you because we have skilled case outreach managers that will reach out to these people in the community and get them basic needs, food, water, hygiene kits. Start with case management, earning their trust, and getting them the benefits that they need. So this street outreach number, which I'm going to give you, is 866-682-3846, extension 2275.
Okay.
And I'm going to give it to you again because we really need the community to report and help us save lives. We've served nearly 100 people in our very first year. So that number again is 866-682-3846, extension 2275. And you can find more information about our street outreach program on our website.
Well, I think that's a wonderful way for everybody to have an impact because sometimes you feel a little nervous in that situation. You don't want to overstep. And so that's a great way to put it into the hands of the professionals. That's great.
Yeah, wonderful.
Mary, as we sort of wrap up a little bit, talk about your race because I know that was, what
My
you
baby.
founded and that's coming up shortly. So just give us a quick highlight on when, where, how we get involved.
It's at the site. It's in Wheaton. At the support center it starts. And it's really a family event, but also geared to the serious runners. We're CARA certified. We've had well over 600 participants before. We've raised well over $100,000. I do want to interject. When I started with PADS, we were a $900,000 organization, and today we're over $4 million.
That's congratulations.
So it's
a great
to you, Janelle, and the great stuff,
great leadership, really, and great supporters.
So to be on the board and have that board support leading us to the run is huge. So the date is September 15th?
16th.
16th.
Saturday.
But you can come a pre-run on the 14th and just get ready.
And I've done that. It's a beautiful course. There are several hundred volunteers. There's great awards. There's just a lot of face painting, food, much for many age groups to use, and also being CARA certified that serious runners that want to qualify for races can do so.
Can do so there. I'd like to thank both of you for coming by and for all the good work that you're doing in the community. Mary, I want to wish you best of luck with the race, and Janelle, to you and Carol and the rest of the staff, thank you for all your work in the community to end homelessness. We appreciate it. If you would like to learn more about DuPagePads, how you can volunteer at one of their overnight shelters, how you can donate or get involved in one of their events, please go and visit their website. We're going to take a quick break for a few short messages. Don't go away. We're coming right back with more Spotlight.